All right, we got a live Facebook video going today here at Wisconsin Business Owners. Woo! And we'd like to warmly welcome Nancy Lucchese, I have a hard time with that last name, founder and resident app mama at Unleashed Mobile Apps. Nancy's a lot of fun. This is going to be a fun presentation. So, as a professional mobile app developer, she helps her growth-focused clients take their digital presence to the next level. Since she started in 2015, Nancy has helped several clients bring their vision to life. Probably more than several by now. She believes the core of marketing is for businesses to keep their clients informed and engaged. What a better way to have a business stand out to their clients than a mobile app? After 30 plus years as an entrepreneur, Nancy decided to take her knowledge and pair it with cutting-edge technology. Having been raised in a family of entrepreneurs, Nancy believes the heart and soul of this country is small businesses. I think we can all agree with that. Yeah. She has made it her mission to give small businesses the opportunity to compete with the big budget corporations. Years ago, it was really expensive, right, to get an app, so only the big companies could afford them. And Nancy's made it more affordable for the regular Joe like us. In today's presentation, Nancy will share 3 key elements of a great marketing program. Today you will learn how to take your digital presence to the next level and keep your customers coming back. Please join me in welcoming Nancy Lucchese.
Thank you, Stacy. Appreciate it. We are going to do things just a little bit different today. All right, but right now I want you all to take out your phones. Yes, we are going to do this. I would like you to go out onto whatever app store you have, and if you don't have this app on your phone, I would like you to please download the Brilliant Biz Book app. I have the privilege of being a contributing author in the #1 bestseller, Brilliant Biz Book, and hey, guess what, guys? We got an app for that. So I would like you to please download that app, and throughout this presentation, we will be using this. So as I said today, we want to unleash your mind. Let's unleash our growth, because I think that that is an important thing. So let me tell you just a little bit about me. I grew up down the road here, truly, just go down Pilgrim and take a left, 4 houses up, that's where I grew up. And I remember growing up that I always wanted to be an app developer. When I was a little girl, I wanted to be an app developer. It just took a while to get here. But you know, truly, that is something that I always was a little bit more of on the unique side. And so throughout my life, I had, did all the typical things that you do and went to college. I actually, it just kind of came to me the other day that I'm first generation college for my family, which is, I'm not the first though, that's the problem. I'm like the youngest of the group, and so that concept was kind of unique. But through that, I developed 30 plus years of business experience, and I was sitting in a coffee shop one day, and I truly heard 2 gentlemen talking. I knew a company that they were with because I was familiar with their business, and they ended up saying, "We're going to crush the little guy, don't worry about him, we got more money than God." And I thought, are you serious? This country is founded on small business. In fact, if your founder knew about this, and I kept to myself, but I'm thinking this, if he knew what you were doing, he'd be rolling over in his grave, because he started his company, I think it was like in the 50s, and he started it in a small little 400 square foot office to serve the farming community in an area that they were underserved. And this is how you think now, just because now you're a Fortune 300 company? I mean, wow. That really got to me. So I thought about it, and this again was just a few years ago. What could I do? What could I do to be able to help the small business owner compete with the big budget people? And I thought, apps, mobile apps, is there a way that we can do it? And there was born the App Mama. And the reason the App Mama was born is because I know how to take geek and translate it into English. And so my customers now understand, and they like working with me because of that reason. So I want you to just kind of give a little bit of thought process to some things as we go through today. For example, Henry Ford. I don't know if you probably are all very familiar with this quote. Henry Ford said, if I would have asked my customer what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse. Right?
Yep.
And so sometimes we have to think a little bit broader on what we're doing. And I was recently listening to a presentation by a very good friend of mine, Jonathan Christian, and he had talked about how the evolution and things that are going, and he relayed a story, and I want to relay that to you today, about Blockbuster. Blockbuster, as you know, they're all gone now, right? And what they did is they studied their data, and they figured that this is what people want, and they were set in their ways. They didn't think out of the box, and they searched all of their information. You know, they knew people wanted to go to the stores and read the back of the cover and buy their video and buy their popcorn and go home regardless of the weather, whether it's, you know, hot and blistery out or snow, and in Wisconsin you can have that in the same day. And so you can, you know, do that. And so they passed up an opportunity, I don't know if you're aware of this, to buy Netflix for $40 million. And now their stores are closed. So they needed to unleash their minds and had to figure that out. So what I want you to take away today, and I have some handouts here for you to be able to follow along, take your notes, etc. I want you to realize that we have to inform our customers. We have to engage our customers. And then we have to stand out. Okay? So really, when we're thinking about it, who is the easiest person to sell to other than your mother? Okay, who's the easiest person? Someone who's already bought from you. The know, like, and trust factor, right? And in today's market, do we have it way too often where people are just coming in our door and out our back? They just come in the front and they go out the back. In the front, out the back. Wouldn't you rather have them just come in and come right back around, and have them come in and come right back around? So, let's keep them coming back. Let's talk about that. First, before anything happens, you have to define who your avatar is. Now, if you want to make a quick couple notes to yourself about who your avatar is, don't go deep. If you want to go deep, go out on the internet. Hey, I bet there's an app for that. And I want you to be able to realize who your avatar is, because unless you know who your audience is, you're talking to nobody. So, like they say, everybody's my audience. No. Let's get focused. So think about that. Kind of as we're going through this today, think about who your avatar is. And then there's 3 different types of business traffic that's out there. There's traffic that's called uncontrolled traffic. Does anybody know what uncontrolled traffic is when you're getting people to come to find your business? Can I hear what's some uncontrolled traffic?
Someone coming off of social media?
Just somebody finding you randomly, yep, off of social media. Any other type? Maybe
Just drive by.
Just drive by, yep. People just happen to stop on in, right?
Google.
Right? They could just randomly Google, correct. And then there's controlled traffic. Does anybody know what controlled traffic is? Anybody?
Make a contact through networking.
Networking, yep, networking. Whether it's, what about like social media ads, Google ads, things of that nature, right? And then there's the traffic you own. And this is the gold. This is the beauty of it. What's traffic that you own? Give me one really good thing that's a traffic that you own.
Your customer base.
Your customer base, your mail list, your email list, your podcast list, your mobile app downloads. Those are all things that are controlled or own traffic, and that's gold. In fact, I want to share a story with you. My dad called me the other day. He lives down in Florida, 85 years old, bless his soul, and he is very tech savvy. I give it to my dad. He'll call me up. He's like, Nance, you got to see this app that I have, and he'll do all kinds of good stuff. But he called me the other day and he said, Nance, Gordon's Pizza's been sold. Google Pizza owns it. I'm like, really? He says, yep. I called up and I got to tell you, I'm not real happy. I was like, what happened? He goes, well, first I wanted to order a pizza, and the guy told me, he said, oh, do you want the same order you had last time? The pepperoni, cheese, sausage, mushroom, extra meatballs, extra cheese, thick crust? And my father says, how do you know that? And he said, well, it came up on your mobile ID here, sir. He goes, oh, great. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want. And he goes, well, may I recommend the Veggie Delight because your cholesterol's a little high? And my dad's like, no, I don't like vegetables. He goes, and I take medication for my cholesterol. And my father says, you know, I got the medication, I don't need that. And he says, no, I'm sorry, sir, but you don't take that regular enough. You've only bought it once in the last 6 months, and that was just a 30-day supply that you bought online.
Are you serious?
And my
This is-
father then says to them, he says, I go to the local Walgreens. He goes, well, I'm sorry, sir, but that can't be because your credit card transactions don't show you have bought your medication. He says, I pay cash. And he says, well, I'm sorry, but your bank records don't show that you take out enough cash to cover this. And my father then says to this man, he says, wait a minute, I have cash coming from other resources. And he says, I am sorry, sir, but your tax records don't show that you're reporting anything. Is it illegal? And my father is appalled by this. And he says, listen, sir, I am so sorry, but we only collect this information to help you. And my father says, forget it. That's it. I'm done with Facebook. I'm done with Google. I'm moving. I'm going to an island someplace. And the guy says, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Your passport is expired. You need to renew that. And isn't that what's happening these days? Is that all the control and all the information. So who's your gold? The people who want to hear from you because they come and they buy from you. And that's what's important. So to consistently keep people coming back, the key is to keep them informed. Give me some ways that you can keep people informed.
Upcoming events.
Upcoming events. How else can you keep them informed?
Sales.
Newsletters.
Sales.
Sales.
Posts.
Posts.
Calling our clients and saying hi.
Calling them and saying hi. Blogs.
Yes.
Blogs. Podcasts. Right? Give them the information because wouldn't you rather have people come to you instead of you having to go chasing after them? Today's world has changed. You have to unleash your mind. People nowadays want information and they want to have it so that they can decide. So once you've made them informed, now you got to get them engaged. Right? Right? So what are some ways that we get people engaged?
Invite them to events.
Invite them to events. How about rewards programs, loyalties? Get them to make comments on your Facebook posts or on your blog post. How else can you get them engaged? To have them maybe make appointments with you, right? Right? So these things are very, very important. And all throughout this, you need to stand out. You need to be different. You need to be unique. You have to have something that they want. Now I can hear you guys. Oh my gosh, Nancy, there's just not enough time in the day. I have limited time to market. I have limited spending dollars and I don't see any results. And I have limited resources. Well, first of all, if you're not marketing 80% of your time, you need to shift what you're doing. But we can help that a little bit and we can make it easier. And we can do this through technology. So what is the difference between social media versus a website versus a mobile app? And I'm going to tell you right now that these things are what I call the Trinity, that a business needs all of it. They need it all. There isn't one solution. There isn't just one thing that works. But let's talk about what the differences are between all of these things, because they all have their place in a business model. Social media, that's where people go to figure out who you are. They put you on the radar. They just kind of get, it's like walking in this door for the first time and meeting somebody. You're just going to get a feel for who they are, right? And then after maybe we've had a conversation and I found out how to reach you, I'm going to go out onto your website. And then this is where I'm going to learn more about who you are and who the service and what services that you offer. And then I can find out your about page. I can figure out, what's happening in your world. Why do I want to do business with you? And then a mobile app is now where people go to do business with you. That's where today's market is. That's what people like to do. Now, I want to give a warning here that not every business can have a mobile app, okay? It doesn't always fit. You have to have a reason for people to put this on your phone, Okay, so it's not about it for everybody. In fact, I'm gonna give you a good example. I had a person call me that does a mattress store. Now let's think about that. You know, it's a one-off. You buy a mattress, what, every 7 years, 10 years? Are you gonna put the mobile app on your phone when it's a mattress store? That just doesn't make a lot of sense. Now what I did is I recommended that she work with a group, a business group. And that's kind of, if you take a look at the brilliant BizBook app that we have, that's what we've done. We've powered together the collective mind by putting it together. So basically what happens in a collective business situation, you have multiple businesses that are sharing their information. So Mike is actually telling all of his clients that I exist. I'm telling all my clients that Stacy exists. Stacy's telling all of her clients that Maggie exists. And it helps by that collective. So I had her go do something like that. Okay? The other rule to being qualified for a mobile app is that you must have a loyal customer following. Now, if you choose to not move forward with an app, you know, that's not what this is about today. Today this is about taking your marketing program to the next level. And you need to inform, engage, and stand out no matter how you do that, no matter how that looks for you. And those are really the key points that we're focusing on today. But let me show you how the app can all pull that together for you. Because a lot of people don't understand the power of what's going on with this. First of all, mobile app users are on their phone an average of 2.3 hours per day. And you know, this is really interesting because Apple just did an update. And I can see on my phone now that I have about 2.5 hours of screen time a day. That's really scary. It is just unbelievably scary.
Just on your phone?
Just on my phone. Just on my phone. And 89% of the mobile users spend time on apps, and only 11% are on websites. Think of your own habits. Think about what you do. Okay? How many apps were you at today? In fact, most people are using about 9 apps a day, and I've been challenged on that. And I challenge you right now to think about that. Think about how many apps you are actually using in a day.
I challenged her and then I counted. They went part of me.
Right.
Because she is correct.
Right.
Now,
Right.
are you considering Facebook and Twitter and Instagram apps?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
So it's a generic. It's not just
Okay.
on one specific. Very good question. Thank you very much, because it is all the different apps: the weather app, your messenger app, your phone app,
Your
calendar app, your email, etc. Yes.
You know how many people in this room use an app, a meetup, to find this place, register for today's event, or to get here in some form or another?
Exactly. And now I question, how many of you actually went to a mobile website today? Okay. So out of that percentage, you helped us out. See? See? And here's the best part. Here's the best part. Mobile apps convert 64% of the time better than a desktop. And you go to Amazon.
Do you know what that is?
Do I know why that is? Because we're always in front of our phone. We've got it right there. It's an easier use. It's more convenient for the customer.
No. It's because they're already out near the store that they're checking out on the app. When you're at home on your desktop, they're not out of their house to go in.
If you're going to a brick and mortar place, yes. I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand that that's what you were going for, because I also look at the fact that a lot of places are now virtual shopping. And a lot of places are doing your Amazons, even Walmart, Target. They've all jumped onto the online shopping experience. In fact, that
apps for it. I mean, Amazon has an app.
right, they're all using apps for it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you take a look at it, Walmart and Target have changed and adjusted their business model. And who's out here now? Sears, Boston Store, Toys R Us, they're all gone. I mean, Brookfield Square is becoming a ghost town. So that's one, yes, definitely. So with an app, can you do inform? Can you inform people with an app? Take a look at our Brilliant BizBook app. What can we do? We can have a blog. Hey, check it out. We've got our blog right there. We've got podcasts. They're great, by the way. You really need to listen to them. Our authors are fantastic at their podcasts. And what I love about it is that it's all convenient in one location. I had a client that we're working with right now that couldn't believe it. She's like, oh my gosh, it's like everything's here. My social media, my customers can find my website, they can find social media,
It
etc.
says here I can find my car.
You can find your car. Yes, you can. You need to set the pin first. We have now given people a reason to have the app on their phone.
It says your car was just stolen.
There we go. There we go.
And is it gonna tell me when my tire pressure's low?
There we go.
Someone's having a party in the back of it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we won't go there. You can put YouTube. About Us can be on there. And the powerful push notices. Do you know, Apple just told me that I got 481 push notices last month. I was like, oh my gosh. So people are using this technology all the time, and it didn't bother me because
What is a push
a
notice?
push notice is when the message comes across your screen when
Oh,
your
okay.
phone is closed and then an app is sending you a message. And so that is really, it's very, very nice. In fact, what that will do, will help keep your customers engaged. So from your app, they can do purchase products and services, schedule appointments. Wouldn't we all like more appointments? I think that would be fantastic. We can do group and individual. This is what's nice about the power of a push now. We can send an individual push notice to you specifically. So that is really nice, as well as group messages. Messages get people to take action. Keep them engaged. It keeps your forefront to your customer. And that's what's so important about that. And then we also can do chatbot conversations now. And those things are just, they rock. They rock. And what's nice about the chatbot is you can also put it on your website so you can catch the whole audience. Because at the end, not one thing works. Like I said, it was a trinity. Social media, websites, and an app. I'm not saying take one and say that's it and run with it. You've got to hit your audience in different perspectives. And that is what is so, so important. And then you have to stand out. How do you stand out? You have to be authentic. You have to be convenient. Everybody wants convenience these days. They want it all right here, palm of their hand, palm of their hand. You want to be unique. Be different. I have a client that owns a little bar over in West Dallas, and I talk about this all the time.
I've been there.
Yeah, probably have. Actually, you're on their speed dial. And as you know, there's more than one, right? This little bar in West Dallas has 1,600 downloads. You want to talk about standing out in a community. 1,600 is amazing. Amazing what this one does. Our brilliant BizBook app, we stand out. Not many authors have that. We also have a podcast. Not many authors have that. And it's something that we believe in giving back. And that's why we are grateful. You have to be grateful. You have to be able to get down to the core of it, because that's what's really important. And in general, a benefit of a mobile app is that it will allow you to save time, and it will allow you to save money, because it'll pull everything together. So before I open it up for questions, can I give a gift? Is it okay for me to invite them?
Sure.
I can? Okay. I have a special gift, because really there's been a lot of information today, a lot of information. You have been so engaging, and I greatly appreciate that. I really do. So I would like to offer you a private one-on-one session, marketing strategy session at no cost to you, and it'll be directly with me. In fact, I'm going to sweeten it just a little bit. It's also going to be with my business partner, Melissa. Melissa Blair, for those of you who know Melissa. Mm-hmm. Now, to take advantage of this, I just need you to go on the app, the Brilliant BizBook app, look under the Ask an Expert. I'm under the 2017 authors, and then you'll be able to send me an email. But at this is a $199 value, and this is only good today. I need notice by Monday. But after this session, I promise you this, that you will be able to define your current situation. You will determine where you want to go, and you will develop a plan to get there. In fact, we will actually be giving you a physical map of your strategy. This is not a sales. I know some of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, all they're going to do is try to sell us products. You know, yes, of course, Melissa and I have businesses that we do have products. However, that's not what this session is about. This session is strictly to help you with your marketing plan and to help you move forward so that you can have a written plan, because having that is just precious, and that is what is so important. So I ask you to please just go to the app, click on it, send me your name, your business name, and just say I'm in. Shoot me an email. So, and for anybody here who doesn't have your phone, well, okay, so what century are you guys living in? But for those of you who don't have that, just give me your business card. That'll be fine. But this is strictly a strategy session. If you want to talk about other products, we'll schedule that separately because that is not what this is all about. This is a marketing strategy session. So, do I have a few minutes for questions?
Yes, you do. However, I'd like to say something first. Melissa Blair, who Nancy had mentioned, will do this together.
Yeah.
Will be presenting here in January on her specialty.
Yep. So we have a partnership agreement. And you'll meet with both of us via Zoom. It'll be a virtual meeting. We'll share some screens. We'll listen to what your marketing program is. We'll map it out for you and give you some direction of what's going to work for you. Because not all one shoe fits all. You know, you got to go back to the first thing that we talked about, define your avatar. Who is your customer? And then we can figure out where everything goes from there. Yeah, Mike.
I point out too, for anyone who would love more information about today's topic and or has any question about whether or not this is an amazing offer, there are 4 different interviews that Nancy did on the podcast on the app. Download it, listen to those. A, for good background before the meeting, and B, if you listen to those, there'll be no doubt why.
Thank you,
this is
Mike.
an exceptional offer.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do. Is there any other questions today? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up a little bit. Wow, I've been so good that everybody got it all at once. Yay! Yes.
I noticed on your app, and I notice often on apps, they ask you to allow them to then have access to all sorts of information, like yours asks for location.
Right.
So that always concerns me because, like your father,
Yeah,
story,
my
I
father's
really
story.
don't want them to know everything about me or have access to my emails or whatever.
Yep. You have an
Is there a
opportunity.
strategy to that?
You have an opportunity as a user to shut that off or to accept
some
certain
cases. Yeah.
right push notices, etc.
Uh-huh.
But you have to realize an app is a marketing tool,
Right.
and so as the business owner, it helps us to have that information so that we can better serve you, the customer. Yes.
And to more accurately answer that concern, address that concern, with an app or without an app, if you're carrying your phone, you are being tracked.
Correct.
To some extent.
Very,
yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
In fact,
Yeah.
you could even have your phone off and you're still being tracked.
Yes.
Yeah, and I know
I'm
we
aware.
joke about the story that I said about my dad, which
Right,
obviously
no,
was
I
a
know.
joke, but there's a lot of reality to that.
There is. There absolutely is.
Yeah. Yeah, Maggie.
Somebody just said, hey, I can't find the app, and I
That was
said,
me.
it's all one word.
All one word. Brilliant Biz Book. All one word. Even if you don't do business with any of us that are on there, and there's more authors coming, but wait, there's more. We have another book coming out on the 14th of November, and with a whole new group of authors. You can find information in there listening to the podcast that is going to help your business. You can also email any of the authors, even if you're not doing business with them and you just have a question. We come from a heart of giving, and it doesn't bother any of us. Am I correct, Stacy?
Correct.
Mike, you're okay with getting random questions from people, even if they don't do business with you?
Yeah, and I just blasted it out to everybody on Facebook, by the way.
Very good, very good. And Maggie, you always open up questions as well?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh, I have a funny question. Go ahead.
Did anybody else just send an email and have it bounce back, or is it just me?
Well, I sent one. I don't know
I
if it
sent
bounced
you
back.
the email
Oh, I
through your
bounced.
link and it bounced back.
And it bounced back. Well, thank you very much. I will take a look at that. Yes.
I just was wondering if the color of the app is gonna change with the new book.
Oh, we can't give away secrets yet.
Mine didn't bounce.
So,
I didn't bounce.
Just checking, just wondering.
so. Excellent. Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anything else? All right. One last thought. It's about taking inspired action. You have a little spot on the note there to be able to do this. Right now, as Bob Proctor often says, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. I would like everybody please to stand up for a moment. Motion equals emotion, okay? So let's put our arms way out. Stretch them out and bring them in slow. Now, how'd you feel? All right, let's put them out. Let's bring them in fast. All right, felt better, right? Let's bring them in slow. Let's bring them in fast. Bring them fast. Fast, fast, fast. Thank you! Thanks for watching.